Inside Africa, in association with Zenith Bank.
In Senegal, dancing is really part of everyday life. It's like breathing.
Dakar, the throbbing pulse and capital of the West African nation of Senegal, where the beats of the traditional drum, crunk of the hip-hop MCs, and sounds of neighboring countries shape movement on the city's streets. Over the next half hour, we're on a journey to discover how traditional dance is being kept alive and how foreign influences are incubating something new on the city sidewalks. This is Street Dance in Senegal, and this is Inside Africa. It's Monday afternoon in a suburb of Dakar, and a celebration is underway. For centuries, tribal communities across Senegal have been swinging their hips and shaking their legs to this drumbeat. They call it Sabar, and here in Senegal, learning this dance is a rite of passage.
Au Sénégal, c'est tout le monde qui danse le Sabar. Même les petits-enfants qui jouent, ils ont le rythme dans le corps. On ne leur a pas appris. Ils ont, par la télévision, ou par les séances de Sabar ou de manifestations dans les rues, ils ont appris. Et comme on dit, l'Africain a la danse dans le sang.
Sabar is more than just a joyful expression of the soul. Each flick of a hand, shake of a hip, and tap of a toe tells a story. Yeli Tioun is the founder of the African Senegal group and a griot or storyteller who for centuries were reserved the privilege of performing Sabar.
C'est une danse que c'est comme tu improvises. Tu ne peux pas montrer ce que tu dégages, dire ce que tu dégages, mais tu peux le montrer. Ça veut dire, c'est comme je dis, la danse, c'est une expression corporelle, une sensation que tu sens et tu dégages, tu parles. Ça dépend de ce que tu veux lire.
Sabar is the traditional dance of the Wolof people, Senegal's largest ethnic group that makes up around 42% of the population. Repressed under French colonial rule, Sabar re-emerged post-independence in 1960 under the country's first president and poet, Léopold Sédar Senghor, who promoted local culture to reassert national identity both at home and abroad. Bouli Sonko was the director of the Senegalese National Ballet, founded by the president, and today directs the Wato Sita dance group.
Chaque ethnie, en tout cas, a sa spécificité de danse. La grande différence du Sabar, le Sabar, c'est les pieds. C'est une danse de hauteur. Les bras, le mouvement du corps et la hauteur de la danse. C'est ça qui fait la différence entre les autres danses du Sénégal.
Today, Bouli's son, Pape Moussa Sonko, dances with Senegal's most famous cultural ambassador, Youssou N'Dour, seen here performing with Wyclef Jean. By fusing the traditional beat of the Sabar drum with electronic synths, Youssou N'Dour birthed a new genre of popular music called Mbalak, which took Sabar from the streets of Dakar to nightclubs across the globe. Today, when pop stars need a visual hook to go viral, they call on Yeli and Bouli's dance groups for inspiration.
Au Sénégal, les gens écoutent plus la musique, le mbalak. Moi, je danse la musique. J'ai dansé la musique avec tous les artistes qui sont là au Sénégal, que ce soit Youssou Ndour, Thione Seck, jusqu'en bas, j'ai dansé. On a fait aussi beaucoup de vidéoclips. Mais je préfère traditionnel. Parce qu'on ne peut pas vendre. Le mbalax comme ça. Parce qu'il y a des musiciens qui sont au Sénégal qui doivent s'en occuper, de vendre ce produit. C'est la vie aussi de le mélanger. Mais nous, ce qu'on fait, ça, c'est acoustique.
That authenticity remains because it's a dance that continues to be woven into Senegalese rites of passage, marriages, engagements and baptisms.
Chaque occasion a sa danse. Il y a la danse du Sabar qu'on peut rencontrer dans les grandes occasions de baptême, de mariage, à la saison des pluies. Après la saison des pluies, la saison des récoltes, il y a des danses spécifiques appropriées à ces moments. Comme par exemple les danses de la pêche. Là, tu emploies les mouvements qu'emploient les gens quand ils sont dans les pirogues. Ça, c'est des mouvements de corps et de bras parce qu'ils ont le pagaie pour faire avancer la pirogue. Tout le monde fait ce qu'il peut, mais dans le rythme.
Sabar can even be competitive. Official dance battles are now emerging with dancers feverishly competing on stage, showcasing the inventiveness of their jumps and undulations of their limbs. Meanwhile, on the streets of Dakar, a new breed of dance battle is emerging.
Sabar is like something traditional, it's our culture, it's our roots, but in hip-hop it's like your own personality.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
There's something to be said today for having a news show that's a reliable appointment. What happened today? What does it matter to me? Every day we can guarantee that what's most important is going to be on the menu. That's the mission of Halagarani tonight.
No holds barred.
Out front tonight, hypocrite in chief.
No nonsense.
How stupid do you think we are?
Because getting to the truth matters. Aaron Burnett out front, Saturday.
When I'm dancing, I feel to be free. I become the real person who I am inside because I forget the world, I forget the stress I have, I forget the problem I have. When I dance, I am me. If you feel bad, you show it. If you feel good, you show it. Sabar, it's our culture, what we are, but hip-hop is like who you are.
If Senegal's traditional dance of Sabar is the joyful expression of the soul, then hip-hop culture and rap are the voices of discontent. Since rap music arrived in Senegal in the 1980s, it's been an influential political tool. In 2011, a group of rappers joined forces with local journalists to protest corruption. The movement known as Yonama, or Enough is Enough, mobilized youth to vote, ousting President Wade from his decade-long tenure. Gassira Diane is a dancer and choreographer who today heads up an organization promoting hip-hop dance in Senegal. Although the popularity of rap music has since eclipsed the dance scene, it was popping and breakdancing that first reached West African shores.
For the dance, it came with a TV program that was done by a French personality, HIP. Also with the movies, Beat Street, and movies that were showing dance. Some of the famous rappers began with the dance. We started to organize the national dance battle in 2006. Before that, it was more like underground. We are fighting through our battles, our dancers who are really dynamic and talented, to give them platforms to get as visible as music.
Abdallah is one of Senegal's breakdance champions and has traveled the world representing the country at international dance competitions.
I was born in the ghetto, there were a lot of violence because most of my childhood, most of them are in the jail. They are dead, they are the dealer of the city, and I think it's because of hip-hop I get out to this world.
That's the core of hip-hop. It's about overcoming challenges and transforming bad into good.
Following the Yonama movement, hip-hop artists took their discontent to the streets, establishing artistic programs that encourage youth to take a more active role in society. Dancer Mustafa Diop has been giving free classes underneath an overpass in one of Dakar's poorest neighborhoods for the past 9 years.
Hip-hop is a powerful tool for change. Somebody like Alex works with 40, 50 youth, young people who are, instead of being, doing drugs, are following him, and he has given them discipline, motivation. The dancing can change things and in a positive way.
Maintenant, j'ai encore commencé à prendre de petits enfants, âge de 10, 6 ans, 5 ans. J'ai des enfants aujourd'hui que j'ai travaillé avec eux. Aujourd'hui, ils sont des stars dans ce pays. Quand ils étaient avec moi, je les ai pris à danser. Ils fumaient avant, j'ai fait arrêter de fumer pas mal de trucs. Je le fais apprendre à danser. Et aujourd'hui, ils sont des stars dans ce pays.
Il est comme un frère pour nous. La danse, c'est comme notre moyen d'expression. Quand on danse, on se sent libre, quoi. Tu partages tout, quoi. Quand tu es dans la danse, tu communiques plus avec les autres. On est comme une famille.
Mustafa is a hip-hop star in Senegal. Appearing here on Africa's Got Talent back in 2016, he was the first to delve into the country's roots to create a uniquely Senegalese brand of hip-hop dance.
Je mélange des Sabar, des danses traditionnelles avec des beats de hip-hop. Quand j'ai fait la première fois, tout le monde me disait ouais, c'est pas normal les gars, voilà. Mais je suis allé jusqu'au fond. Et maintenant tout le monde au Sénégal il fait comme moi. Il mixe des danses, vers la fin il met les Sabar comme moi. Et je suis la première à le faire au Sénégal. Zéro Afrique, même monde entier, je suis la première à le faire.
Before we were like really hip-hop in the way American people do it or French people do it. But since few years, people here start to realize we have to have our own touch. When I started, everybody was saying, this guy looks like a monkey. He's jumping here, jumping here, jumping here. And I was saying, okay, that's what make me different. Like the Sabar, you have to use your legs, you have to use your arm, and you have to jump and always smile, So this is like when I'm doing the top rocking, I'm doing top rocking, okay, and I'm like, but when I take the energy from the Sabar and I bring it in the top rocking, I can do boom, I bring more energy and I bring more like love, In Europe, when they dance, you don't see them just moving. And us, like we have like, when you do top rocking and you bring that, people say, wow, what the This is something I think the African people, the dancer or the hip-hopper have to bring in them all in the hip-hop.
To Today, there is only one dedicated hip-hop dance school in Senegal, so many of the youth gather here instead, in a local cultural center to create and exchange new moves.
Good dancer now they are not living in Senegal because here is not easy to say dance is my job because there are not a lot of opportunity, and I think it's something who is killing the hip-hop or the dance in Senegal.
If they keep thinking that the elsewhere is better, that's where we're going to have a lost generation. Dance, your body is an instrument, and it can be a political instrument too. You have the responsibility to show the way for the next generation.
Today, I'm an example for these kids who are there, for this youth. And I think a lot of people here in Senegal or around the world, hip-hop changed them. Today, I'm someone, you know, I'm someone in this country, I'm someone in my city. Because first, the education of my family, and second is the education of the street. And when we say street, it's hip-hop.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has been steadily developing the Hajj pilgrimage, and now Hajj Hackathon, the largest hackathon in the Middle East, with the participation of global programmers and designers using their innovations and technology for improving the experience of Hajj pilgrims. To achieve the Vision Saudi Arabia 2030 from the 1st to the 3rd of August 2018, with prizes worth more than 2 million Saudi riyals. Hajj Hackathon, from the Saudi Federation for Cybersecurity, Programming and Drones.
When I dance, I'm connecting with something else, something more profound or so more deep. It's like reaching another state, and it goes beyond the flesh. So for me, it's like a spiritual time.
With hip-hop, I think there's a lot of freedom. Just felt like it was giving me a door to an imaginary world, that we could just use the body in such a different way, we could do waves, we could turn on our heads, like all those things for me were just like transforming the body to just something else. That kind of spirit of rebellion, of freedom, of speaking out really attracted me to that.
Dancers Dexter and Koudia are pioneering new forms of movement on the streets of Senegal. He's from war-torn Liberia, she's from Senegal. Together they found a common language in hip-hop. For many who experienced violence, the crump style of dance offered expression at the point when words no longer seemed adequate.
And for my own history, I've been moving in different countries because of war. So it always felt like I had something to say. So dancing was a way for me to express myself. My most crazy experience with war was back at school. And my teacher came in the class. She's like, "You need to go home because it's a coup d'etat." I remember we just ran out of school with my friends, and as soon as we got out of school, people just came out of a car and they started shooting. So when I find crump, it reminds me of the way the facial expression when people were shooting. You know, it's like the way they were shooting and the way the other people were screaming, like getting shot, running. So for me, all this movement, is a reality of what I saw. And the way the body moves, it doesn't look human. So that's how, when I crump, I really always try to go into something more deeper and darker. because it's something I've been through, so I really tried always to find that feeling and be like, okay, I remember when I was running, that's how I was feeling, so I will use this feeling to dance.
Being a woman here in Senegal in the hip-hop world is very challenging because of the sometimes the negative image that hip-hop video clips or on TVs and medias can have. Some of the parents are not really okay with their young girls going to practice. So I will definitely say the challenge for women is mostly social. At least for me, it's been a school of life. I learned a lot of values in terms of solidarity, respect, tolerance.
Senegal's political stability has attracted those fleeing war and conflict across the continent, transforming Dakar's streets into an incubator of international beats and grooves where creativity thrives.
Every day, people are creating new moves.
If you just open the door and get out, that can just be transformed and reintegrate and be a new stylish move.
Even the bad stuff can turn into dancing. When you see people in a nightclub, they say, okay, they scream like bird flu, and everybody's like shaking in the club. A lot of people lost family in it, but we danced it out. Bankaka come from like people drinking and just put the bottle on the table. Called Konami is a movement born for how people dribble. The way the player want to score, sometimes they just stupid moves. Like, oh, we will take this move and put in the Konami. People will get drunk. They can't even stand. And people started creating dancing style out of this. When you come in Senegal, you will see different steps, borrowing like moves from different African countries.
Funana from Cap Vert.
Azonto is from Ghana, inspired from sweeping, ironing, washing clothes.
Bolo from Gabon.
From people who steal in the streets, and from the way they walk and the way they move. So it's almost like a smooth criminals type of dance.
Coupé décalé from Ivory Coast.
From people who steal money from bank accounts. So it's coupé is take, décalé is run.
Kelewu from Nigeria.
It's pushing people away, so Skelewu is like, I'm moving back. A lot of different dance and style was just born from everyday life.
Dexter and Kudia have caught the attention of global brands, including Rolex, H&M, and Guinness. In 2016, they formed a new dance group, La Mer Noire, along with 2 other dancers from the Congo and Central African Republic.
We usually put different movements like in a big bowl, like creating a big salad bowl of movements, and we don't really focus on do they look African? What is in our heritage is already there.
It's called the king of the world. When Africans go to Europe or anywhere else, we feel like we are like kings. So we use body clap, and which are really used in a lot of African dance, and we also use different moves from Gabonese dance called bangado. We got a lot of attitude, so this attitude is what makes us feel like kings.
Rather than perpetuate cliched images of Africa, the group has delved into the continent's rich history to find fresh combinations of stories and symbols.
We came out with this image. That was inspired by the way in ancient times, some African kings who just bury the women who have cheated on them, like bury into here, put some palm oil, and let the ants come till their heads and eat it. So this is just one way.
Dance, as Africans like to say, is in their blood, and it will be up to the youth to ensure that bloodline stays strong.
It's up to people like Khoudia, Dexter, all these young people who come with a new approach of life, say, okay, we have something to say, this is how we're going to say it, and we're going to say it to the world, because we're going to travel the world. But we are going also to say it here in Senegal first, and that's important, and in Africa also.
We Africans, we're different. We don't dance, we live dancing.
There is an attitude, there is a groove that we carry.
It's not something we create because it's cool, it's just something that is into us.
It's raw, like it's just not processed. It's raw, it's magic.
Dancing for us is giving life, it's like giving a part of our history. Every movement, every action is not just action, it was something from the heart.
Inside Africa, in association with Zenith Bank.